What is up? What is up? What is up, YouTube? California Prepper. Well, this is gonna be a story time video, and I haven't done one of these in a while, but this one I thought was worth making a video about. Um, Alright, let's start it off like this. I know this sounds crazy, but since I was a kid, sometimes I would dream about things and they would happen. Even I don't know if it was coincidence, if you've heard of people having foresight, or you're just your gut feeling. But some of the things that would happen, like, and I wouldn't believe it if this hadn't happened 4, 5, 6 times throughout my life, where I started trusting my gut, and if I had a bad feeling about something, if I would dream something, I would avoid places. Like, it it got to me that much. You know what I mean? Like, my subconscious, I don't know if it was trying to let me know something, but I had dreamt stuff before, and it happened. For example, something you never think would happen. I was in high school, and I had a dream that I was back at my elementary school, but I was in high school. I was sitting in my elementary classes, but I was surrounded by all my high school classmates. And within a week, within a week of me having that dream, we got word that my elementary school had been shut down and we were moving campuses because it was a bigger campus. So we ended up moving back to my elementary school, and I was in my elementary school with all my high school peers. It was the craziest shit. Like, and it's happened more than once. That's just one example of something that you can't foresee. It's not like something you're going through and, oh, I'm having an argument with so and so, we might get in a fight, and you dream about it. No, this is something that's completely, who would ever think of something like that? You know what I'm saying? So the other night, probably about a week ago, I had a dream that we were staying at my mom. It was Christmas. It was the holidays, and I just got off work, and my wife and my kids were already at my mom's house, and I had to drive into town, which I live probably about 45 minutes from my hometown, and I had to drive back to town. And when I got there, my wife wasn't there, and I was hanging out with my younger brother. We were just bullshitting. It was the holidays, so everybody was home, and it was a good time. We're sitting around having a couple drinks, which isn't too far fetched in my family, and everybody was having a good time. But I tried getting a hold of my wife. For some reason, she was going to be stalled for the next few hours. She was actually, it was a weird thing going on. Um, Long story short, I decided to take a trek up to the liquor store that's probably about 2 blocks from my mom's house. So I walk up there, and I was a little buzzed, hence why I was walking. Still in my work uniform, didn't have my fixed blade on me. I was actually EDCing in my dream. I had my para 2 and my police, which here in ZO pocket. So these were the 2 blades I had on me in my dream. And I was walking to Safeway, and uh, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I remember it started getting dark really quick, and I looked over, and I just was looking at the lights of the town and just thinking, wow, how beautiful it was. And I love the colder weather. I love bundling up, and I was just taking it all in. It was the holidays. I was having a good time, and there was people everywhere. You know how the holidays are. Any parking lot is just bustling with people. And I was standing on the side of the store in my dream, where they park the trucks and unload all the groceries into the stores and things like that. And there was a homeless guy there. Now, I couldn't see his face. All I could see was he had on um, a green jacket and some dusty bluish brown jeans. You know how old jeans that haven't been washed in a while get that real brown tinge to them. And he come walking towards me. Now, I'm a people person. I have no reason to be a jerk to people, especially, it was the holidays, and that's just who I am. I try to interact with everybody until I get that standoffish feeling. But he started approaching me, and I started reaching in my pocket for some change to give to the guy. And he got within about 2 feet of me, and he just rushed me and pinned me up against the wall. And I remember, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but I know when it gets cold, my manual knives don't like to flick out as smoothly. Like, it's not very cold right now, but my Para 2 isn't nearly as smooth as it usually is. And this is very common with a lot of knives. The grease gets cold and it kind of gums up until it warms up later in the day and your knife becomes a little smoother. But since it was so cold, as I was reaching for my knife, as I was being choked out by this guy, and this is all a dream, I was up against the wall being choked out, and he had a hold of my jacket, and I was trying to get my knife out, and I just kept fumbling it. I was being choked out, and in the heat of the situation, I could not get my finger in the hole to deploy the knife. Now, again, I was in my work uniform, just got off work, so I didn't have my fixed blade on me. All I had was these two knives in this dream, and I could not get them out for the life of me. Um, Woke up out of that dream. Actually, my wife woke me up as she was getting out of bed, and I was so happy to actually wake up out of that dream. And as soon as I did, the first thing I thought was, man, I got to switch up my EDC. I have to have something quicker that, if something like that happens, I can just push a button and it helps get the knife out. And it really has influenced my EDC quite a bit. I'm a manual blade guy. I love sitting there and flicking my manual knives. Just the smoothness, feeling the knife. It it just it does it for me a lot more than that does. Um, but in a situation like that, having that extra little kick, all you need to do is start the blade moving. That would have saved my ass if that dream would have been real. So, really made me think about what I was carrying, why I was carrying it, and it's changed a few things. Now, I'm not a big knives for self-defense guy. I'm not going to tell you if go get a knife for self-defense, but they are a great last resort, if you ask me. If you can't carry a firearm, um, somebody should always have something, whether it be, and layered defenses. Have a tactical pen or a flashlight, some pepper spray, a taser, and then a pocket knife just in case. You need to have layered security. Um, to deter any threat. If somebody wants to come at you with their hands, you need to be able to react to that. If somebody pulls out a knife, you need to be able to react to that. Unfortunately, a lot of us can't carry guns with us every day. Otherwise, I'd definitely be carrying my pistol. But if you can't, you need to still be able to protect yourself. And you need to be able to do that quickly. So I started carrying this Emerson, Kershaw Emerson. This is the CQC 4KXL, and this thing's a beast. It has a wave feature. It is a frame lock, so it's a little more. For me, that it gives me a little more peace of mind than a liner lock, and that blade right there could put a hurting on somebody if it needed to. Now, what would do more damage, in my opinion? Um, if you pin these two head to head, the police is by far, in my opinion, going to tear somebody up way more with that. What is it, like a 4.25 inch serrated blade? That thing is a beast. It's just going to chew somebody up. But this Kershaw Emerson, the way it deploys, it could save your life. And this is a lot harder to get out than this is. So you really got to think about that. I carry both of these. Just, I don't know. I go with my gut. If I dream something, I try to stay away from it. I try to avoid it. But that's just my story. I couldn't get to my knife fast enough. I was being choked out. And thankfully, I woke up. It was a dream. But since that dream, it's really influenced what I carry on a daily basis. Always have an assisted knife with me now. Always. The blur goes with me everywhere. The police still goes with me everywhere. But that third knife that I keep in my right pocket really has been switched up quite a bit. So just wanted to make a quick video on that, share that with you guys, because that dream really rattled me just a little bit and made me think about what I was carrying, why I was carrying it, and just how quickly I could get it out if I needed it. So just a little bit of food for thought. Thanks for watching. Cali.P. I'm out of here.